everyone, my name is April. Welcome to my channel. Today we're doing a farmhouse style Dollar Tree 3-tier tray. This will be a galvanized tray. I love the galvanized look and I'm really into it right now. And so I hope that you enjoy the video, and I'll start off by showing you the supplies I used, and then we will make the tray, then the beads, and then I'll show you some of the little accessories that I made to go on my tray. And I'll be using my Cricut, which I'm so excited. I got it for Christmas and I'm loving it. And so I hope you guys can hear me. I don't usually film intros. I just want to start doing it. This is a little uncomfortable for me, but I want to talk to you guys and start getting more comfortable with being on camera. I mean, I'm comfortable with being on camera, but usually I'm not sitting down talking to the camera, so I want to start working on that, and I really hope that you guys enjoy my video. This is me in editing, and I just want to say I rewatched what I filmed, and oh my gosh, I should have just said thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed, especially recently. I've gained a lot of new subscribers, and thank you for your awesome support, your sweet comments. Seriously, you guys, I would not be doing this if nobody was watching. So thank you so much. I'm sorry I didn't say thank you when I was filming. I am really, really nervous filming in front of the camera, and my goal for 2020 is to really work on my confidence. So that's why I want to start filming the intros. I'm not saying I'm going to film an intro for every single video, but I really want to get more comfortable talking. I know that seems silly, but for me it's really hard. So I just wanted to quickly edit this in and just say thank you from the bottom of my heart so much. I appreciate you guys. Okay, back to the video. And let's go ahead and get started. So for the 3-tiered tray, these are the supplies that I used. I picked up 2 packs of the burner covers, and they come with 2 in each pack, 1 big and 1 small. 2 of the glass candle holders, they come clear, but I had 2 that I had painted previously, and then some E6000. You can use hot glue, but your tray will eventually fall apart, so I do recommend using the E6000. And then for the galvanized look, I'm using Elephant Gray by Apple Barrel, Metallic by Folk Art, and some white paint by Folk Art, but any kind of paint with those colors will work. I ended up doing this a little bit different than how I thought it was going to work. So to start with, you'll see what I mean in just a minute, but to start with, I just opened up my burner covers, and you guys, I am so used to painting everything white that I started painting. I literally grabbed my white paint and just started painting the burner cover white, and then I'm like, what am I doing? And so I had to set that one aside. And so anyway, here I'm showing you how you can decide how you want your tray, whether you want to use 2 of the bigger burners on the bottom and 1 smaller one on top, or do what I did and start with 1 bigger one on the bottom and then the 2 smaller ones on top. And then you also have to decide if you want your candle holder to go upside down, which I know some people do. That way you have more room to put some decor, but I like the way it looks with the candle holder on, you know, standing up the right way like that. And so either way will work. There's so many different ways you can do this. And I just did a tray like this for Christmas. The only thing I'm doing different today is I'm going to galvanize it. So my plan was to paint it with the metallic color first, but as you can see, that didn't work. And so then I tried a darker metallic color thinking, well, maybe it was just the one I was using, but that didn't work either. So I did have to paint everything gray first, and then I went over it with the metallic color and then the white. And you know, there's different looks to galvanized metal. It just depends on your personal preference. This is just a version, but there's a lot of different versions, and I really do like the way this turned out. I do wish it would have had a little bit more of a metal look to it, but you know, it's a Dollar Tree tray, so I'm really happy with it. So I painted everything gray, a couple coats, and I used my blow dryer in between. And then I took my metal or metallic paint and just started tapping, and just tapped all over everything. You want to make sure that, you know, you don't want to cover it completely. That's why you want to tap it on. And you're doing kind of a layered look. You can see there all my little tap marks. And, you know, I'm not the greatest at this. I'm sure, you know, you might be able to do it better than what I'm doing. But like I said, I do love the way it turned out. And then I use my blow dryer to dry it. And then I put the white on, and you do the same thing. You just do the tapping motion. And the nice thing about this is if you like add too much white and you're like, oh, I added, you know, too much white, and you can just go back over it with the gray. You can keep kind of layering back and forth until you're happy with the way that it looks. And I also would suggest kind of turning your brush in different directions so that you're not getting the same exact pattern all the way around. So this is how it ended up looking when I was done. Super easy. The only thing that's hard is just, you know, the amount of time it takes for everything to dry. But if you have a blow dryer, you can pick up an old blow dryer like at the thrift store, then that is super helpful. So I just put my E6000 all over the top and the bottom, and I just eyeballed everything. I didn't measure anything. You can pretty much see where the middle is, but you can measure it if you want. And then I just started gluing everything together. And the E6000 takes several hours to dry. I should have read the bottle. I don't know how many hours they actually suggest to let it dry, but it does take a long time. But once it dries, it's really sturdy. And I laid like 3 little things of paint on top of mine so that there was some weight on it to help it. I don't know if you need to do that, but that's what I did. There's my mess in the background. But anyway, that's what the tray looks like. I think it's super cute. I do wish it looked a little more metal, but I still love it. So next we're going to make our farmhouse beads, and for the beads I used 2 packs of the Dollar Tree beads, and the skewers I did not get at Dollar Tree, but you can find these at almost any grocery store or Walmart or anything like that, any place like that. I used some jute twine, which you can also get at Dollar Tree, and then I used this Waverly white chalk paint in the color linen white, and then I used this pink paint by Folk Art. I think it's called, I can't remember what the color is, but I'll put it in my description box. And I just started putting the beads on the skewers, and I used like 90% the biggest size, and then I added a few of the medium-sized ones as well. And then I just painted half of them white and half of them pink, equal number, you know, equal parts, pink and white. That pink color is so pretty. And here I'm doing like a tap, 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 and then smoothing it out. That's how I get my beads to be smooth and covered evenly. I do tap, 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 and then smooth it out. And I'm just using a super cheap paintbrush. But look at this paint go on, this pink. It doesn't go on like, it doesn't go on solid like it shows in the bottle. So I can't even tell you how many coats I put on. I'm serious, I put on probably like 5 or 6 coats because I really wanted it to have the same color as what's in the bottle. And so I just kept drying it in between, and that's how it turned out. I think that is such a pretty, pretty color. So once everything was dry, I started stringing the beads on my twine, and I just did 1 white, 1 pink, 1 white, 1 pink, and did that pattern, and then tied off the ends, and then cut the ends. And you guys are really going to want to look up a good tutorial. There's lots and lots of tutorials on YouTube that shows you how to make the tassels. I am not great at making tassels, just like I'm not great at making bows. I do my best, but every time I go to make them, I have to look up a YouTube video, like I said in my last video, and I always forget how to do it. it's not super hard. It's just one of those things that unless you do it, you know, a lot, which I haven't done it a ton, then you forget how to do it. And so you can see how I did it here. I just wrapped it around my hands until I was happy with how thick my tassel would be. And there's no certain amount. You just, depending on how thick your string is and how thick you want your tassel to be, is what depends on how many times you wrap it around your hand. Then you grab it at the top. You're going to have 2 strings on either side that are loose. And then I laid it down and took my twine and pulled a piece off of the spool or whatever, and put my little bundle on top, and making sure to leave the top with the little loop through or the loop open, and then you want to tie it off. And I just tied 2 knots, and this is probably not the right way to do it. That's why I say you should look up a YouTube video on how to make tassels, and someone else besides me can show you a better way. I'm just being honest, you guys, I'm not great at it, and I would hate for you to get frustrated thinking, well, I'm doing what she showed me and this is not turning out right. Well, that's because this is not the right way to do it, but it does work. It's just not the best looking tassel. So then I just started wrapping it all around, and then I have all my little strings, and I just took the 2 and tied a knot. And I mean, I'm doing my best to show you how to do it. I just don't think I did a good job of showing you how to do it. That's why I'm saying probably, you know, someone else's video is better at showing how to make the tassels. But anyway, then we just want to cut our strings in half. You know, the bottom loop, you want to cut that in half, and then you just trim it down so that all of your little strings are even, and then you have your tassel. And I just do mine the easiest possible way, which is to hot glue them on. It is not the nicest looking way to do it. It definitely looks nicer and more like store-bought beads if you were to tie them on, which I will get good at this someday. Just keep watching. One of these days I will do a really good tutorial, and I will show you step by step how to make the beads with the tassels, and I will do a really good job. So that's something though that is down the road. Right now I'm just doing my best. This is how they turned out. I think they're so pretty. I think they are so beautiful. Okay, so now that we've made our tray, we've made our beads, I'm going to start working on all of the decor that I'm going to use on my tray. This is some vinyl that Arteza sent me. These are beautiful colors. It comes with a pack of 42. I'll have a link to their website in my description box, and there is a coupon code. You can get 10% off, and these colors are just so, so pretty. That silver right there, I just love it. I can't wait to use that. For today, I chose pink. There was 2 shades of pink. I actually used a little bit more pastel pink than that one that I grabbed there. I used black and I used red. These are Dollar Tree mugs, and then these are 2 little signs that I got at Joann's during Valentine's clearance last year, and I just painted over the sign part and just figured I would use it for something else, which I'm going to use it for my tiered tray. Here is what I was working on, or what I created, the design that I created, and this is my Cricut just printing everything out or cutting everything out in the different colors. And next I'm going to just start creating my little decals, and I started to peel off the vinyl, and then I thought it would be easier to cut apart the little sayings. It's just easier to work with when you get them down to the size that they need to be in order to place them on whatever you're going to be using. And so I just did all of that, and these are so cute. I just love this vinyl. I love the Cricut. It's so much fun to use. I did show in my one of my recent videos, it was a Christmas video where I did the little wood slices. I showed some graphite paper. I wish I would have showed it in this video. I still have a bunch of it, And if you don't have a Cricut, you can use the graphite paper. It works really, really well. What I do is I go to a website called canva.com, canva.com, and I print off, don't sign up for it, you just use the free version, and you don't have to put in your credit card information or anything like that. You can print off all of these little things on paper, regular printer paper, and then you use the graphite paper to transfer it, and I show you how to do that in the video that I'm talking about. And I also saw Kristen K, one of her recent videos, she used that graphite paper. It's really cool stuff. So it just makes it really easy to transfer words and to make signs and things like that. So I will include a link to the video I'm talking about where I showed how to use that a little bit. Here I'm just putting on the decals, and I think these turned out really cute. Kind of looks like the Ray Dunn mugs, and I decided to use the heart and Love Shack on those two little signs. Here's some paint that I have from Arteza, and there's such pretty colors in this paint. I decided to use the red and the pink, and I wanted to give these mugs the Ray Dunn look. I won't be drinking out of them, so it's totally fine. They're just for decor. So I softened up that pink color and just painted the inside of the cup, one pink, one red, and I think they turned out so cute. I love this. And once they dry, you won't see the brush strokes as much, and then I did take a little paintbrush to go around the edges to make them smooth and even, and I will be doing more of these mugs. I think they're so adorable for decor. And then I had the idea to take some of those wooden dowels from Dollar Tree. I painted them white, used my blow dryer to dry them, and then I took cut little pieces of the vinyl and just wrapped them around to make them look like, you know, peppermint sticks. So I cut a little skinny piece and then a little bit of a thicker one, and I put two around. You could also freehand paint the red stripe. I just didn't think that I would be really great at that, or it would take me a long time. So this actually took a long time too, but I think they turned out really cute. Isn't that adorable? They just look like little peppermint sticks or whatever you call them. So that is what I did. And then these are the little red trucks left over from Christmas. And I wanted to paint them pink. These are some chalk markers from Arteza, and I love these chalk markers. They also come with some stencils and little decal labels inside the package with the markers and replaceable tips. And so you kind of have to shake the marker and then press it down to get the chalk, liquid chalk or whatever it's called, to flow through. And they just turned out really, really cute. I just think they're so cute when they're painted pink. So here's everything laid out that I was going to use to decorate with. Some of it isn't for my tray. Some of it is just Valentine's decor I'm going to use. These are the beads that we just made. I think they're so pretty. The red and white ones I made in a previous video for Christmas. I did a Christmas tiered tray. But anyway, this is how I decorated. I basically just messed around with everything until I thought it looked cute and I was happy with it. So that's how everything turned out. I think it is super, super cute. I love this galvanized look. It may not be perfect, but I think it's adorable. I love everything that I put on the tray. So I hope that you guys like it too. I hope that maybe this will inspire you to recreate this look yourself. I love you guys, and next Saturday will be a trash to treasure. I'll be redoing the little dollhouse shelf that I showed you in a previous video. So I hope that you will join me next Saturday, and until then, take care everyone. Bye.